You're listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Monday the 29th of June, 2026. It is 8 days after the summer solstice. It is 85 days before the autumnal equinox. In today's episode, Birds, Friends, and Foes, the Harlem Cultural Festival, the San Diego Chicken, Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, and Frank Lesser. Today's forecast: sunny, high near 85 degrees Fahrenheit, 29.4 Celsius. Calm wind, becoming southeast 5 to 8 miles per hour in the afternoon. The sun rises today at 5:27 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 12:59 p.m. The sun sets today at 8:31 p.m., civil twilight ends at 9:04 p.m., and nautical twilight ends at 9:47 p.m. The length of daytime today is 29 seconds shorter than yesterday. The full moon arrives today at 7:58 p.m. By the Lenape reckoning, this is the full B moon. The moon sets today at 4:40 a.m., and then it rises again at 8:48 p.m. These are the predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the wee hours, low tide, 4:28 a.m., 15 centimeters. In the morning, high tide, 10:43 a.m., 1 meter 31. In the afternoon, low tide, 4:28 p.m., 30 centimeters. At night, high tide, 10:46 p.m., 1 meter 58. This is the Monday Reservoir Report for New York City. The Delaware Watershed. Cannonsville, 87% full. Papacton, 92%. Neversink, 92%. Rondout, 95%. The Catskill Watershed, Schoharie, 71%. Ashokan, 93%. The Croton System, 99% full. In our shared realm of plants and animals, we see the birds around us, and most of them look the same. But what do birds see when they see us? It's surprising how many birds actually remember the faces of people they encounter. Crows, pigeons, robins, mockingbirds, and catbirds can know us by our looks, and we can even change clothes, but they see our faces. And not only do they recognize people who have done them wrong, but they remember those who have done them a kindness. So if you've disturbed a mockingbird nest, you can be assured they will respond the next time they see you, flying close, making alarm calls, and even dive-bombing your head. Crows can spot a human face in a crowd, and they will teach others in the flock what they think of individual humans, whether friend or foe. Does that make you feel watched? Commemorations. On this day in 1969, the first concert of the Harlem Cultural Festival took place in what is today Marcus Garvey Park. For the next 5 weeks, concerts took place every Sunday afternoon, featuring the best black talent. Everyone showed up to perform across the widest range of musical styles. Sly and the Family Stone, Gladys Knight and the Pips, B.B. King, Stevie Wonder, Nigerian drummer Babatunde Olatunji, The Fifth Dimension, and Nina Simone, just to name a few. Mahalia Jackson asked Mavis Staples to join her in singing Precious Lord, Take My Hand, which had been Martin Luther King's favorite song. The festival was supported by the city, and it was sponsored by Maxwell House Coffee. The Black Panthers provided security. In the broader culture, the legacy of the festival was long overshadowed by Woodstock, which took place the same summer. But in 2021, Questlove's documentary, Summer of Soul, ensured that the memory of the Harlem Cultural Festival would live on. On this day in 1979, the San Diego Chicken was reborn at Jack Murphy Stadium. The chicken mascot began as a promotional gag for the radio station KGB in San Diego. 20-year-old Ted Janulis had created the character in the chicken costume and was soon adopted by the Padres. Then, when he was fired by radio KGB, he took his chicken act independent. At the chicken's rebirth in 1979, a giant egg was rolled onto the field, and Janulis hatched out of it, to the delight of the fans. Today we remember Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, born this day in 1900. He was an aviator and author, and of course, he wrote The Little Prince. His earlier novels and memoirs, such as Vol de Nuit or Night Flight, brought the world of aviation to a wide audience. He served as an airman for the French military, but after the fall of France found himself in exile in New York City. It was here he wrote and published The Little Prince, both in English and French. In the last years of the war, he returned to fly for the Free French and was lost in a crash off Corsica. Remember Antoine de Saint-Exupéry today. We also remember Frank Loesser, born this day in 1910. He composed the Broadway musical Guys and Dolls in 1950 and How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying in 1961. Did you know that during World War II, he composed the hit song Praise the Lord and Pass the Ammunition? Remember Frank Loesser today. In our preparations for July 4th, we were pleased to note that the New York Times ran a series of essays in yesterday's Sunday paper that describe aspects of our national history and culture that we can and should celebrate this year. This week, we will mention some of these. Today, we remember the importance of strong, independent civic institutions. When the Frenchman Alexis de Tocqueville visited our young nation in the 1830s, he was struck by the way Americans of all classes created and participated in clubs and associations to further their common aims. Not only was this a training ground for active democracy, but they created a strong civic society. So today we honor our libraries, colleges, self-help organizations, sports clubs, the whole network of free and independent groups that are the lifeblood of our civil society. And that is the Observatory, Monday the 29th of June, 2026.